Good morning, Anne Arundel County. Good morning, America. This is Anthony Bynum for promoting Don't Get Fooled Again with Class. The name of our production company is the Glen Burnie Players. Turn that mic up a little bit. There we go. So we want to start off with announcing that today is the day, Ferndale Day. It's being celebrated today. Things start around 12 o'clock today. Here's the flyer. It's going to be a pretty a lot involved. It's going to be a great day. It's a little overcast, but that's okay. It's going to be a lot going on today, including the Battle of the Bands. So two live bands going to play for us. The Lonesome Prospectors, I know those guys, and also the Different Sisters. Again, I'm going to be checking them out because I'm not familiar with them, but it's also exciting. It's also exciting. It's going to be a beer garden also. I think we mentioned that before. It's an opportunity to come and check out, what's a beer garden? At 1:30, the play, Our Back Discovers the Glen Burnie Carnival premieres. One-time showing for today. Some other events also, crafts, arts and crafts, kids events, lots of food. If you get the opportunity, try to work your way over there. Located at the 3rd Avenue field between Broadview Boulevard and Hollands Ferry Road in Ferndale. It's also known as Senator Wagner Field. It's a big open field there, and it's going to be full of lots of fun today. So you get the opportunity. Also, episode 6 of Don't Get Fooled Again is still playing. So it's available a couple different ways. One, you can just watch it on our local cable access. That's AAC TV. That's Comcast 99, Verizon 38, and Broadstripe 98. It's playing at Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. and Tuesdays and Saturdays at 10 a.m. So if you get the opportunity to watch the show, feel free to drop us a line. Tell us what you think of the show and how we are doing as far as representing, telling the story of Anne Arundel County, because that's the goal of the show, telling the story of Anne Arundel County, one person at a time, one segment at a time, one lap at a time. So let's get on with today's show. We always want to take a look at someone of consequence in history. Today, we're going into the area of boxing. As a younger man, even to this day, to a certain point, I always loved boxing. It fascinated me, just that man versus man in the ring, strategy, brute force, training, everything. So we're going to take a look at somebody who's from Maryland, actually. It all started for this person in 1969. See, his brother, Roger, was the first one in the family to take a shot at boxing. And he helped organize at the local rec center place called Palmer Park. So yes, we're talking about the great Sugar Ray Leonard is who we're talking about today. Now, let's look at the fundamentals. He was born Ray Charles Leonard, 5/17/1956. Through those early years, as he watched, he learned, and he got better, and he got better, and he got better. He developed great skills and became an amateur boxer. At some point in time, he was so sweet in the ring, someone came up with the name of Sugar. So it kind of plays against the great boxer Sugar Ray Robinson. So, in some ways, a star is born. He goes into the Olympics, 1976, maybe the greatest American boxing Olympic team ever. The Spinks brothers were there. John Tate was there. A couple of other guys who had great pro careers were there. And so was Sugar Ray Leonard, rather. And he won the thing. He was the epitome of class in the ring. But after those Olympics were over, after he won that gold medal, he was actually going to stop. He had a scholarship to University of Maryland. He was going to study business and communications there. But something happened. Actually, that something happened a few years earlier. His girlfriend at the time, Miss Juanita Wilkinson, they had a baby together. And she needed help supporting the baby. At the same time, these are after the Olympics now, at the same time, and Sugar Ray was doing, wanted to help support his child, of course, too, his son. But at that time, his parents also became ill. So she had filed an order with the county for some support. I guess there's a fund there, I guess, that was going to pay X amount a week to help support the baby. And someone from the state's attorney's office, and she named Sugar Ray as the father. Someone from the state's attorney's office questioned this and filed suit to establish paternity. Well, paternity was obviously established. It was Sugar Ray's son. And he realized between this, his parents being ill, that he had to turn pro. So in the boxing world, it costs money to turn pro. There was a middleman in the background. He helped to put things together for Sugar Ray. He helped to put a team together, come up with the seed money, because you have to train. You still have bills to pay. And the like. So I don't have that person's name in front of me, unfortunately, but he was the one who put the seed money together. He brought in Angelo Dundee, Muhammad Ali's trainer, and the rest is history. The rest is history. He helped keep the sport together. There were some other great boxers at the time. He's a welterweight, by the way, if I didn't mention that. There were other great boxers at that time. People remember Thomas the Hitman Hearns, Marvin Hagler. He fought all those guys. He in that weight class, he was one of these guys that moved up and down in weight as necessary. The other day, as a matter of fact, just to kind of reminisce, I watched some of that first championship fight with Wilfredo Benitez. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It was a great fight. The skill, the ability, the cunning, the strategy. It's one person versus one person in those rings. And I guess that's why I was so attached, drawn to it as a younger man, even to this day. I don't know the players now, but if I'm flicking the channels and I see a boxing match on, I'll watch. I'll watch boxing before I watch wrestling. No offense to anybody out there. Okay, let's move on. In episode 2 of Don't Get Fooled Again, I believe it was episode 2, we tried to cover a strawberry festival. It's held right around the corner in Lithicum, only to find out that we missed it. And I actually put a line in there. I said, we missed it this year, but we won't next. Well, that strawberry festival is held at a place called the Benson Hammond House. Okay, it's right here in Lithicum. So it's an institution here in the Lithicum area. Let's talk a little more about this. Again, this is the part of this show where we want to talk about something of consequence regarding Anne Arundel County. So this building was built in stages between 1820 and 1870. It was built in the Greek revivalist style. It's also listed with the National Register of Historic Places. So how did the Strawberry Festival come to be? Well, it's actually hosted by the Anne Arundel County Historical Society. And they work loosely with, I think, 2 other historical societies, or 2, it's kind of like a trifecta. One of them is the Cuther Library. That's where I got pictures for the Glen Burnie Carnival. They have older pictures there. And I believe there's a third that we have to cover at another time. Strawberry Festival has been around for 33 years. It's all family fun, entertainment. Of course, there's lots of strawberries there. But they do some other things too. And we're going to do it this year because it's June 10th. So you heard it here first. Okay, that's last part. I want to talk about great speeches. And for this, we're going to go back to the times of the founding of the country. So there'd been a lot of brouhaha with the leaders of the country and, of course, the British Empire. But there was still a faction of folks who thought that war could be avoided. Remember, these people loved England. They just could not deal with the issue of taxation without representation. They couldn't deal with it. So in the First Continental Congress, people were laying where they felt on the issue. One person made a speech there that shook things up. We're not going to read the whole speech. We're just going to read the last line. The person in question is Patrick Henry. And he made a very famous line that's still very prevalent today. So let's just read the last paragraph. It is in vain, sir, to extenuate the matter. The war is actually begun. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand here idle? Is life so dear or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Yes, very, very famous words from Patrick Henry. Well, that's going to conclude our show today. Again, get the opportunity. 12 and 5, you want to go and help celebrate Ferndale Day. A lot to celebrate. Other than that, this has been Anthony Bynum for promoting Don't Get Fooled Again. Bye-bye.